The video and the photos are absolutely wonderful. I shoot in 4K and in 1080p it works wonderfully. Check out my YouTube channels like Gittins and you can see some of the work I have shot with the GH5. I purchased the GH5 for its obvious video capabilities and it hasn't let me down. What's surprising is its photo capabilities. The 6K photos that are pulled from the video capture are crisp like a normal picture. The in-camera stabilization is awesome. You can literally use a zoom lens to shoot handheld video of the moon and get incredible results which my Canon cameras never got. There is one issue that I hope will get an update soon. The 10-bit recording crashes when editing in Adobe Premiere and FCPX. We know that this feature was one of the biggest things this camera has to offer over its competitors, so hopefully a fix will come soon. Oh, another thing, buy this camera, you won't be disappointed. Such a phenomenal camera for the price. I made the full switch from full frame to micro four thirds with the GH4. After using the GH5 for over a week, I can safely say I made the best decision ever. Video is absolutely stunning and 6K burst mode is amazing. The ISO power blew me away. It can practically see in the dark now with no noticeable noise. AF seems to be the hot topic with users. Panasonic did release a statement finally expressing that they will continue to improve the AF ability. However, if you are using a camera like this to rely on AF, you should be using your cell phone instead. My one complaint about this camera is that the tripod/mounting hole is slightly smaller in length. I've had to put washers on the screws in all my tripod plates. I will update this review as time goes on. At this point I have only experimented with the camera for several hours, but I already have enough information to form a solid foundation for a review. I have also used the GH4 for a few years. I run a small video production company, and for years I have used the GH4 for capturing high-quality video. The problem is that every video shoot also requires several high-quality/professional photographs. While the GH4 excelled in capturing video as a true camera, it always came up short. As a result, I was always forced to lug my Nikon D750 around with me. I would travel with two cameras and two sets of lenses. Occasionally, I would substitute the Nikon for my Fujifilm 100T, or I would substitute the GH4 for my Osmo Pro. Recently it has been more of the latter. What I need, want, would love, is camera to do all of it. I guess I could invest in the FF Sony, but the idea of investing in a third set of lenses doesn't exactly excite me. At some point, either the video on the Olympus will come up, or the photo stills on the Panasonic will improve. Right? Based on my tests, I think the GH5 will become my holy grail of cameras. I have 0% doubt that it will perform for video, and the couple of tests I have run look very favorable, but my worry was IQ. The new 23MP resolution has me hopeful that the GH5 will become my one camera for all purposes. Photos, again, I will update this as time goes on. The upgraded sensor seems to make a large difference. In the photos I attached, the first picture was taken at ISO 400 while the rest were at ISO 1600. Frankly, I always got nervous taking my GH4 above ISO 800. The noise and grain really started to become noticeable. The GH5 looks very usable at ISO 1600, I need to check ISO 3200 a little closer. For full disclosure, the ISO 1600 shots were taken with the Panasonic Leica f1. 242. 5mm Geneva lens. This is a good point for a tangent. The reason why I like the MFP format, in addition to the cameras being physically smaller, there are some very excellent lenses out there. I would stack their Lumix Suico lenses up against the branded Nikon lenses any day of the week. In addition, ignoring the difference in focal length, my Panasonic/Leica f1. 242.5 rivals my Otis f1. 455mm for my Nikon, plus it has vibration reduction and autofocus. Eat your heart out, Sigma. These high-quality lenses are smaller and cost less than their full-frame rivals to boot. Now there are some poor lenses too, but if you are willing to pay a little more, I have found all of the Panasonic/Leica and Olympus Suico lenses to be very, very good. Other notes: if you shoot in RAW and use Lightroom, you will have to update to 6.9. The autofocus really is improved. It is very fast on the point. Has the ability to do focus stacking. I haven't tried this yet, but it is a very interesting function. Shooting manual is a breeze. I'm not sure why Nikon can't copy Panasonic's focus peaking, but if they could, they should. I mentioned I own the Otis f1. 455mm. That lenses would be so much more useful if Nikon offered a similar type of focus peaking. Low light performance, others may disagree, but I do think that it is better than the GH5. I have very good skills at ISO 1600. However, this might be a counterintuitive since Panasonic is using the same sized sensor but increasing the resolution. In order for the camera to have better low light performance and higher resolution would require either significantly better algorithms and/or improvements on the actual sensor gathers the light. Button placement and layout are still very solid. It is easy to navigate WB and ISO settings without moving your eyes, much more difficult on my Nikon D750, no built-in flash. Honestly, I cannot remember the last time I used a built-in flash. The camera is not too much larger than the GH5, but it is noticeably heavier. This camera is tense, and while it still has an advantage over my full frame, it's losing ground here. Video: my early footage is excellent. The continuous autofocus is improved, although I do need to run a lot more tests on this one. I love shooting footage with my GH5, but I usually film in manual focus. Click link in description for more reviews.